about time is that time is a non-renewable resource. You can get money back. You can even recover relationships. You can even recover peace or joy or other things in your life, but you can't recover time. And so what people don't understand is that time is not on your side. And so you can keep telling yourself the little lie in your head that you have all the time in the world, but you don't have time in abundance. You don't have time without limits. And because we don't have time in abundance, we've got to make the most of our time, and you have to give your time an assignment, or you're going to allow time to be aborted and wasted in your life. And so my challenge with the world today is getting people to come out of this soulish anesthesia and realizing that it's time for a spiritual awakening in your life. It's time for you to realize that you're in a race against the clock and that you have got to realize your calling and your destiny, and you've got to go after that thing with everything on the inside of you. You know, there are a lot of people that try to get me to do a lot of things. There are a lot of people, I get emails by the thousand sometimes wanting me to be a part of this or wanting me to promote this product or this brand, because when you have influence, that's what people want to do. And, you know, in the early days when I was trying to figure all of this out years ago, I found myself in this box of going from no opportunities or small opportunities to an abundance of opportunities. And I found myself just saying, yes, 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 I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll of course, I'll endorse this, I'll do this, I'll do that. And you know what? I began to realize that in my quest of saying yes to all of these opportunities, what I realized is that what I thought were opportunities were distractions. Write that down. What I thought were opportunities were distractions. Now, I can hear some of you talking to me right now like, Jamel, that's not a problem I can relate to in my life. Let it come my way. I'll take it. I'll do X, Y, Z. And let me tell you this. You say that today, but as you begin to be elevated, as more opportunities come, as more doors and platforms are open to you, you're saying, I just want it and I want to do this and do that. But what you realize is that you get distracted from your vision and your mission. And so one day I was getting ready to say yes to something else. And in my spirit, in my heart of hearts, I heard something yelling at me saying, what are you doing? And I said, I'm getting ready to take this opportunity. This is going to be great, and I'm going to get to, inspire and empower and motivate people. And I heard deep in my soul, is this aligned with your vision and mission? And I was like, well, I'm going to empower people. Is this aligned with your vision and mission? But I'm going to get to help people. Is this aligned with your vision and mission? And finally, after I stopped trying to rationalize and internalize it, I answered the question and I said no. And in that moment, I said, okay, so I'm not going to take this opportunity. And I started looking through emails and letters and I said, I'm not going to take this opportunity, and I'm not going to take this opportunity, and I'm not going to take this opportunity either. And so all of a sudden, it went from this just mega pile of all of this stuff, and I'm going to say yes to this, to realizing that I was saying yes to a lot of things that were not aligned with my vision and mission. And so what I had to do, I had to hit a hard reset button on my life, and I had to establish my most important priorities. I want you to write this down because we're dealing with the first aspect of this on this edition. We're talking about the path, daring to move in the direction of your destiny, and the first metric is dissatisfaction. And so I had to reestablish what my most important priorities are, because what I saw as opportunities were nothing more than distractions, and distractions always distance you from your destiny. And so what I began to realize is that all of these things that I was saying yes to were not really in alignment with my vision and mission and what I wanted to do. And so I had to learn to say absolutely no, absolutely not. I'm not going to do this. This is not in line with my vision and mission, and I need to get back on course with what I want to do. And so what I did, I made myself a system for opportunities and things that begin to come. And so these days, I still get all of the emails. I still get all of the requests for me to be a part of different things. I still get the requests to endorse all of these things. But you know what? These days, I'm very meticulous about identifying what is in alignment with my vision and mission and what is a distraction in my life. I think one of the reasons that so many people are dissatisfied with their lives is because they have lived their entire lives in a state of soul division. What do I mean by soul division? Soul division is when we divide ourselves in so many different places that we are totally divested from our destiny and our purpose. Soul division is when we divide ourselves in so many ways that we become totally divested from our purpose and our destiny. And so the reason they are so unhappy is because they have spread themselves so thin in shallow things, and they have never pursued the significant things that they want to pursue with their lives. And they get to this point where that thing begins to eat away at their soul on the inside. And instead of doing something about it, most people just sit, soak, and sour in that state, and they live their entire lives in that state. And if you don't deal with dissatisfaction, it will morph into full-out regret. Write that down. If you don't deal with dissatisfaction in your life, it will morph into full-out regret. And I cannot tell you how many bitter people I have talked to over the years that are a walking prophetic fulfillment of what rejection looks like. Of what regret looks like. And they are living their lives controlled and ravaged and ransacked by regret. And they're not doing anything about it, and their lives are just becoming one big cycle of repeat, one big cycle of regret, one big cycle of resentment, because they are not doing anything to change the current state of their lives. I always tell people, if you want something to change in your life, you got to change it. And what one thing are you going to do that's going to make the big difference in your life? So many times we're waiting for 2 big things or 3 big things or 4 big things to happen in our lives, when it is one incremental change that will shift the tide of your destiny forever. It is one small change in the direction of your destiny that will shift you into new dimensions of living and possibility. And what I want to do today, I want to wake you up to the reality that there is more for your life, that you don't have to settle here, and that you can experience the life that you were created and destined to live. And so it is my prayer, my hope, and my desire that whether it's through this podcast, whether it's through me giving a keynote and you hear me speak, whether it's one of my books that you read or an interview or a television program that you see me being a part of, I want people around the world to wake up and to fulfill their purpose and to maximize their potential. I don't want the alarm clock to wake you up. I want purpose to wake you up. Every day I get up, every morning I get up, and I feel the pulse of this heart racing, and this pulse is pulling me into prophetic destiny and purpose. It's pulling me into my assignment. I get up realizing that this is another day that I get to set an intention to influence people's lives and to make an impact in the world. I know we're living in a time where there is great turbulence and uncertainty in the world, and so many people are bombarded by a mirage of issues and challenges and problems, but I still believe, as a visionary and a prophetic voice, that this is one of the greatest moments in history. That there is something in